Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray on 790 The Bet. Brought to you proudly by the Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency.
Hey, good Saturday morning. Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray as we roll into our 21st year on the air on this special show that we do every year thanks to the hard work of Ron Wong and putting the things together and me being the mouthpiece and Bill Cooksey out of Jackson, Tennessee is a co-host. And Bill, I know that glad to have you on board. It's been a hairy week for us weather-wise and everything, but you do have power, right, Bill?
I have power now. I did not have it when I needed coffee this morning.
Oh, my. So he was searching for coffee in Jackson, Tennessee. If you saw him, you know he was the one that was breaking the speed limit. But and we do have Tori Schoaf in here with us this morning. Good morning, Tori.
Hey, Larry. How are you today?
He's getting the field as a new show sponsor for Outdoors with Larry Ray, and we appreciate him joining our team here as one of our sponsors. We're going to be talking to him. You need to go to Wally Hatchett's restaurant. It's a great stop after church, wherever you want to be, 7 to 2, 6439
Summer Avenue.
Summer Avenue here in Memphis, Tennessee. And, Ron, we're going to lead this right off with a guy that, we got to pull for him. I mean, this guy
absolutely
is no stranger to the Classic. He's come close. And he's
no stranger to Outdoors with Larry Ray.
No. We've had Matt Arey on several times. And first of all, good morning, Matt.
Morning, guys. How are y'all?
We're doing great.
Good.
Let's talk Classic, Ron, because, we're setting this thing up, starting right off. And the leadoff batter, so to speak, is Matt. And
that's right.
Fourth year on the Elite Series. Is that right? Matt, is that about right? Fourth year or something like that?
Yes, this will be my fourth season on the Elite.
Wow, yeah, and success.
And last year, you had a really good Classic, had a good showing, fishing a flooded lake there in Fort Worth, Texas. Now you're going to a blueback herring lake. How does that set up for you, Matt?
Well, I've got some history on Hartwell, and you say going from a flooded Ray Roberts in Texas to a blueback herring lake that potentially, with the weather we're getting, could be flooded when we get there.
yeah.
But conditions are gonna dictate what happens throughout next week at the Classic, and today's first day of unofficial practice, second day of unofficial practice, and it's really setting up to be. I don't think it's going to dictate. I don't think the herring's going to be the deciding factor in this Classic. I think the shallow largemouth are probably going to end up firing pretty well, and it's going to be a really entertaining Classic because I think this is the fourth Classic maybe that Hartwell's hosted over the past 10 or 12 years.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's going to be probably going to show out more than it has in previous Classics just because of the way the conditions are setting up.
Yeah, and there's in the 10-day forecast, Matt, looks like it's going to be warming up every day throughout.
If you believe the 10-day forecast.
Yeah,
for the the 10-day. Let's talk the 2-day.
The tournament.
Come on now.
But how does that set up for your strengths that you like to fish, Matt?
Well, one thing that I've tried to concentrate on throughout my career is being as versatile an angler as possible, and that's what you have to do to make championships and be consistent. And I would not sit here and tell you that I have a super strength at anything in particular. I like to dabble in deep, clear water for what you would consider herring fish or even smallmouth fishing up north, and I love the shallow water power fish and dirty water for big largemouth too. So I think the guy that that ends up winning this Classic is going to have to really be open to change every day. He's going to have to adapt on the fly, and he's definitely going to have some of those key kicker largemouth in his bag come Sunday.
Adapt on the fly he's talking about. And Matt, you've been on this show several times. We're going to ask you before we get off what you think it's going to take to win this tournament. We love to do that. But I got to mention, I just realized March the 2nd is somebody's birthday. How would you like to win the Classic, buddy, and celebrate your birthday? Come on now, Matt.
I did. Y'all figured that out, huh?
I did. I figured it out. Yeah.
Yeah, that's media day, I think.
Yeah, but it would be special, right?
Absolutely. I mean, any classic obviously would be special, but the greatest thing about this classic is this is an hour and 45 minutes from my hometown of Shelby, and I'm going to have a lot of hometown support. That in Texas last year, I had my immediate family there, sure,
right,
and that's obviously the number one most important support group to me. But the amount of support I'm going to have at this classic is going to be incomparable to the previous classic. So it would be awesome to win it in front of that kind of crowd, and then obviously throw the birthday in the mix would be great. But Wednesday's going to be a great day. Wednesday is that's our official practice day.
Yes,
it
is.
Run through all the our boat numbers and check in at the same time. Yada yada yada. We do the whole play-by-play deal that day to get ready. And then Wednesday night is the red carpet dinner, the Night of Champions, and my wife and I will attend that. So we'll have a good little date night on my birthday, so I'll enjoy that.
I think 54 other anglers ought to give you a present. Come on now. I mean,
I think so.
Yeah, to walk in. Again, we're talking to Matt Arey out of Shelby, North Carolina. I'm sure most of Shelby will be there. I'm not sure what the population of Shelby is, but the advantage here, Ron's talked about this and everything. You've been so consistent. I checked this back. Here's a guy that's been in the money almost 80% of the time.
That's unheard of.
That is amazing, Matt. And I don't know what the credit. I know the concentration. So, what's it going to take to win this baby?
You talking about a 3-day total wait?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that means you're in all 3 days.
That means you're there all 3 days, buddy.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I said previously I think it'll take more than it's ever taken at Hartwell in a classic, and I'd be lying if I said I knew exactly what the highest weight was, but I'm gonna go with mid. I think somebody's gonna scare around that 55-pound mark. I think that's gonna be
I think so.
A really that's above average for Hartwell. Usually 16, 17 pounds a day, and you walk away with this thing, but I think you're going to see some 20-plus pound bags of largemouth. I really do. And a guy that chases that bite 3 days, he could stumble one day, but a guy that has a balanced rotation where he can bounce back and forth from deep to shallow should be looking really well in this tournament to have a shot. So 55 pounds would be my mark.
All right, we marked it down here. That's what Matt Arey has come up with, and we'll ask all these other guys after you, and they're probably going to say, "What'd he say?" But.
No,
well, don't tell him.
I'm not going to tell him. No.
And by the way, no pressure, Matt, but you're on my fantasy team for the Classic.
No pressure.
None taken. None taken.
Well, Ron will send you a birthday present, too, if to do it.
Sounds
but
good.
I know this is not your first rodeo. So any different preparations for this, Matt, as you go into this tournament being so close to home?
Because we had such a short window between our Florida swing, which was back-to-back events to start the elite season, I did prep before Florida for Bassmaster Classic practice. So I tried to get a little bit ahead of things because I only had about a 3.5-day window between Florida and our unofficial practice. So, I had to switch boats. My new Ranger Z520R.
That's what I thought, yeah.
Yeah, I had a buddy breaking in for me. It's good to have good friends that you can trust to take care of your equipment too. But Todd Goes, who owns Pulse Fish Lures, he's over there in East Tennessee, and he drove down, broke the boat in, got all my electronics set up. It got wrapped by some buddies of mine while I was in Florida. So when I came back, I just had to switch everything out from my old boat to my new boat.
My.
So I was actually had a little jump start. I was thinking ahead, and thank goodness, because this 3.5-day window that we had between these events was a lot. So,
I can imagine. Yeah. Well, we appreciate you. We appreciate you being with us, buddy. And I don't believe in luck, so just go out there and make us all proud, because I know that everybody in Shelby's pulling for you. You got a lot of fans in the Mid-South area here, Matt Arey, and go get them, okay, man?
Well, thanks, guys, and as always, it's been a pleasure.
All right, look for Ron Wong.
I'll see you at the Classic there, Matt. All
right, thank you, Matt. All right.
Thank you.
All right, Matt Arey. So you see, Tori, we're going to roll here with all these great Bassmaster Classic competitors, and on Outdoors with Larry Ray. Thanks to that man, twice a month he's with us, and that's the way it goes. Man, we're going to talk fishing a lot when Wong's in the room.
Okay. But Tori, these anglers that we picked out, all of them are some of the very best bass anglers in the world.
Yeah.
And, for them to even qualify for the Bassmaster Classic is unbelievable. And there's only going to be 54 of them that fishes this Classic.
Yep. Yeah.
And first place prize is a measly $300,000.
And there's more than that you get out of it from just winning it.
But by winning it, sponsorships go up for them and everything else. It's an amazing thing. And, of course, at the Bassmaster Classic, the Expo, which is the world's largest
That's an amazing event.
open to the public fishing tackle show in the world.
And these guys will be right there.
And they draw tens of thousands of people.
They'll be right there, and Ron will be there with Samantha and Candace. Now you've added to your team. But, again, we appreciate Tori being a part of Outdoors with Larry Ray while he hatchets. And he's kind of sitting in and see, this is what we do every Saturday morning for more than 20 years. And so we rotate this around. Ron is in twice a month. Bill Cooks, are you still there?
I'm still here, man.
He's listening in from Jackson, Tennessee.
Jackson, Tennessee.
Yeah.
How's that weather? Is it starting to warm up now Saturday morning?
It's already warming up. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's a balmy 42. Yeah.
It's a heck of a lot better than it was, I think it was Thursday morning that we had an ice storm.
Well, we don't even talk about that.
And you didn't have your coffee. That's not a good deal.
That's not too bad. But Bill's on the fourth Saturday of each month, and of course next week will be first Saturday, and we'll have they like to call themselves the A Team. Dave Gabbert and Gene Smith on next week's show. Let's take a break. It's time to go. Where are we going, Ron? We're going to Collinsville, Mississippi.
Collinsville, Mississippi.
We'll be right back on Outdoors with Larry Ray.